What's happening, guys? Critic here. Hope you're well. Today we're going to take a look at my PUBG updated settings. Some time now, people have been asking when are you going to do an updated version, because I did do a video which was probably about 2 years ago now on my old settings, and obviously that is outdated. A lot has changed. So let's jump in. Let's take a look. So the first thing, as you can see, I do use the custom controller button preset, which we will dive into, and I will show you all that once we've gone through my settings. As we go down, we do have a dead zone, which I do get asked a lot about, and that is you have stick drift. You want to be increasing your dead zone, and what that is, if you don't know, when you're not touching your controller, if your character is moving by itself without you touching your controller, that is stick drift, meaning obviously wear and tear has gotten to your controller, and your analogs are pretty much, there's movement in them without you touching them. So increasing the dead zone will put a stop to that. Obviously, the higher the dead zone, the more movement you've got to put in your analog. But mine have always just been 20 and 15 since I started playing PUBG. That's what I set them to. Even though I do suffer from stick drift, I've never changed them, and that's why I just keep them up. So that is literally down to you guys whether or not you want to use your dead zone for stick drift or whatever. Next thing, vibration. You never really want to have vibration on. Reason being, obviously you're trying to shoot someone, your controller's vibrating away. Not really that great for accuracy reasons. So I do have that disabled, and that's how I pretty much play every shooter these days with vibration off. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. Down from that, obviously we have forward run sensitivity 15, and in general these settings are very everyone's different, so everyone's going to have a different preference. So if you are going to go off my settings and use them potentially, I do recommend that you just use them as like a base, put them in, and then adjust them as you go to what you feel comfortable with. Or obviously if you are going to use them, then stick at them, stick at them, and as you get more time in on the settings, then you should get used to it. But obviously everyone is different, everyone has different skills, ability wise, and everyone plays different, etc. So these settings might not be for you, Then we have movement sensitivity 20, vertical sensitivity multiplier. Obviously that is for recall. It's just 100 default. I did go down to 90 for a bit, but I wasn't really feeling it, so I bumped it back up to 100, which is the default. And yeah, I've always pretty much just used 100, to be honest. Seems to work for me, and I don't see like any reason for me to change that. General sensitivity is 12. Obviously PUBG console, you don't really need high sens or low sens. Like anything can work, literally anything. There's no oh, this is better and this is bad, etc. Literally anything can work. So you do have players who run 20 gen, you have people who run 10 or less, and you have obviously some players like myself who run in between. But again, obviously it comes down to your skill ability, how you play, etc. But for myself, it's 12. Sometimes I do go down to 10. But if I do change it, it's like between 10 to 13. I normally stick in that region. But for a while now, I have been playing just on 12. Now, aim acceleration, I do actually use it. And I run it on 5. I did play for probably about 2 years on 10. And it's only been maybe around the past 2 years maybe that I've been playing on 5. And if you guys don't know what aim acceleration is, it's basically when you ADS in, for example, if you're tracking a vehicle, the longer you're ADS'd in, the quicker your sensitivity will get, basically. So you're holding your gun like that, you fall in the vehicle, and as you move along, your sens will go higher, so you'll actually be able to move your gun a lot quicker across the screen. And that's basically what aim acceleration is. So I like to use 5 because I do like to try and shoot people out of vehicles and stuff like that. Over the shoulder is 11. Reason for it being so high, because people do ask, why is it so high? Why do you use it, etc. Is because I like to soft aim quite a lot in close quarter fights. So a lot of people do tend to run in hip fire, where I will actually use the soft aim. So with them being able to move quite quick, I like to try and stick on them, and obviously that is why it's so high. Because normally soft aim does win over running hipfire, but at the moment running hipfire is pretty much broken on console. It's way too accurate and good. As we go on from that, obviously we do have the scope sensitivities. So as we go down, we do have my scope settings, which I do tie in with my aim acceleration. They basically just bounce off each other, and I kind of make it as if it's just like one setting in a sense, if that makes any sense to you guys. But they basically complement each other. That's why their scope sensitivities are kind of low compared to what some people run. And that is them right there. Now if we go across the gameplay, obviously, you know, these again are settings that are basically just personal preference. I do use the colorblind mode, which you see on the screen, and the reason being is obviously for the blood. This allows you to see blue blood instead of red. I just find it easier to spot now. Nowadays, with pixelation being so bad, sometimes the red blood, sorry, can't be seen. So blue blood is super easy to be seen. Crosshair is red, I like the color red. Easy to see on the screen. That's pretty much it. As we go down, I do use the glow effect for loot. Don't really like the pulse effect, which makes the loot like flash. I use glow. Now if we go down to reticles, I used to enjoy the arrow that points up, but I moved away from that, and I just like a plain simple red dot. A little dot on the screen. That's how I like it. And as you can see, the colors as well. For the other scopes. Go through them to show them once again. And now down to the gun fire mode. Obviously, I hot drop quite a lot. So for that reason, I want the gun to be on the highest fire rate possible. So when I do hot drop, if there is someone there, I can instantly just start firing away and eventually get that kill. Now as we go down to TPP aim camera position, it is on the right shoulder, and I find it just to be the best for TPP over the left shoulder. I actually did look at it once a while ago, but it just felt too weird. I don't know if that's because I'm right-handed or what, but over the right shoulder seems the best option. So now we go down to auto reload. This is something I've been asked about a number of times. Why don't I use it? It seems good, etc. And the reason being why it's disabled, and I heavily recommend that if you do use it, disable it. Reason being is, for example, you empty your mag, the other guy returns fire, and then the auto reload kicks in. It's going to actually slow your movement down, so you're not actually going to be able to move quick enough to get out of the way of his fire. So for that, always have it disabled, because it probably will get you killed. Obviously, you empty the mag, you run first, then you choose on your terms when to reload. That is by far the best bet. As we go down, we have auto equipped on the attachments enabled. Again, you know, going back to the fire rate and stuff, hot dropping, you want to be able to just press X and boom, your scopes, your attachments just go straight on your gun, and there's no faffing about, and go straight into fragging out. And obviously equipped scopes is on sights only, so if I go for a red dot, it'll just go straight on by pressing X. If I was to put on all, then anything from a 2 upwards would obviously be equipped straight away. But I just have it on sights only. Then obviously if I do drop on a scope, I'll decide to put them on myself. Auto replace attachments is on, along with a weapon skin, obviously vehicle skin, etc. Hide helmet, I actually have this disabled. Sometimes I do enable it, but for the most part I do like it disabled, just so I know, like, oh, I've got a helmet on. I don't have to look at the icon next to my health bar, etc. Now for the continuous item use, I only have it on bandages. Reason being is obviously bandages, sometimes you have to put 5 on, and you don't want to be sitting there tapping the button 5 times to put a bandage on each time. So I only have that on. Obviously these are the observer settings, but I've never actually used them. F-cam enabled. Now we go across to audio. We have master enabled, obviously. Not gonna have that disabled, otherwise, yeah, that'll be some gameplay right there. Emote volume disabled, because I don't fucking like the emotes, don't like the music behind them, so I have that disabled. Weapon sound effects, legacy, obviously the best sound effects. I'm not really too sure about the remastered ones. I have the music disabled, just like to listen to my own music while I'm playing instead of the game. Graphics, field of view, 103, brightness 65. Let's see, frame rate, you know the score, get them frames. Now if we go over to controller settings, you will be able to see my custom controller button preset. As we see, some of you guys might use probably completely different ones than me, but the main one and the main function for Reason Custom is so you can have that reload interact on a single tap. Which means it's super easy, super quick. You know, you empty the mag, just tap X once and then reload, and then you're off again. Go across to aim, and there's not really too much to talk about here. You have enemy spotted on the up D-pad like myself. If you are scoped in and you see someone, you just press up on the D-pad to mark where they are on the map, hard mark. Vehicle. Again, there's nothing really too fancy going on in these Sens, but I'll show you guys anyway. So yeah guys, that is my video on my PUBG controller settings. Feel free to leave a rating, comment, etc. Let us know your thoughts. If you guys have any other questions, drop them below as well, and I'll try my best to reply to you guys. If it did help you out, hit that like button, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff, and hopefully I will see you guys on my next video. Take it easy. Much love.